Thank you for allowing us to participate in this celebration, and it truly is that. And to all the coaches up there, it's truly an honor to represent some thoughts that you may have or some memories that you may have, and it truly is a special celebration. It's fitting that it's here in St. John Arena, that this was where he watched a lot of film, spent a lot of time. He was engaged here quite a bit. And it's fitting that we have our partners in the media that he spent so much time with in the last 20 years or so, because they'll all tell you that whenever they would ask us anything after the game, we would always tell them that, you know, we need to watch the film, or we need to study the video. And we studied a lot of film here. And as you think about studying the video or watching the film, you really then find out what really happened, and you really find out the lessons that you learned from that particular game. And as I think about studying the video or studying the film of our beloved Coach Bruce, and if you think about studying the video from the beginning to the end, I've come to the conclusion that as you study his video, it really, ironically, is all about love affairs. You know, he came to Ohio State under Coach Wes Fessler, and the minute he got here, there was a love affair with Ohio State, and with Coach Bruce, love affairs never end. That's just the way it is. And that love affair began, and he had a chance to be here with Coach Hayes as he finished his career, and then he went on to Mansfield, and really two love affairs happened. One with Gene that lasted forever, because Coach Bruce's world love affairs last forever. And the other with coaching football. And the love affair with Ohio high school football that never ended. Ohio high school football was really what was most important. Ohio high school coaches, as he spent time at Mansfield and Salem and Sandusky and Massillon. Every one of those communities are represented here. See Massillon sweaters up there, and over in Youngstown, the people in Salem talk about him as if he was just coaching yesterday there. They still have reunions, and that was a lot of years ago. But there's a love affair with Ohio high school football and with Ohio high school coaches that's what his life was about. That's what was important to him. Then he had that opportunity to enter the collegiate coaching ranks, and he got to have that love affair with Ohio State rekindled again, to be here with Coach Hayes. And we heard a lot of those stories about the days with Coach Hayes, just like the guys up here talk about the stories of being with Coach Bruce. And that love affair with Ohio State got to continue. And all the while at that time, he was teaching all of those players lessons. He was raising his 4 daughters. He was tough on all of us, whether it was the assistant coaches or the players or his daughters. But now as you go back and watch the film, what he was teaching us was that his love affair for us was forever. He was always going to be there for us. And then as he left Ohio State and he went on, and he had that love affair with Iowa State prior to coming here, and he was back out in Iowa, and you talk to those guys. Bob Tucker used to talk all the time about those times at Iowa State, Mace and those guys, and now he's back in Iowa, and then Colorado State. Tony's going to talk a little bit about what occurred there, that love affair that happened there, that they hadn't been in a bowl since 42 years. But that's what he did. You go back and watch the film, and wherever he was, he created a special love affair. And then he came back here to be with the media. And I didn't know it was the Rat Pack. I learned that this morning. But he got to continue that love affair back with Ohio State and create a new love affair with his colleagues in the media. And what a blessing it was for us to have Coach Bruce right in our building. Someone asked me earlier in the week, now, how many years did you coach for Coach Bruce? And I said, 13. And they said, you were an assistant coach for 13 years for Coach Bruce? I said, no, I was an assistant coach for 3 years, but I was the head coach here for 10 years, but he was in the building, so really I was an assistant coach for Earle for 10 more years. That's just the reality of the situation. But what a joy to watch him back in that love affair with Ohio State, creating the newly found love affair with the media. He used to come in and he and Coach Cooper would help me teach my coaching class, and it, regardless of what the topic for the day was, he would end up talking about running off tackle. Nobody's tough enough. You got to learn to tackle. All of those things. We could have been talking about special teams. It came back to running off tackle. And I still run into some of those students that were in those classes, and they say, boy, that was the greatest class, and it makes me feel good. And then they said, because Coach Bruce came. But even the students in the 2000s knew of his love affair with Ohio State. So that's what this celebration's about today, a reminder that that's what he taught us, is wherever we are, whoever we're with, whatever the circumstances call for, and you don't always prescribe all of them, that it's about being involved in love affairs that never end. And now he's up with Gene and Woody and Paul Brown and my dad and our Lord, who has given us a love affair that will never end. Thanks so much for allowing us to study his video. God bless you.